used to have that saying in my head all the time. Star Trek, when Maya says it, it's like, shut up. Shut up as in shut your mouth.
She said that to me today. I turned to her. I was like, what are you saying to your mother?
Just be clear. She just doesn't say it in a way that's like...
No. Oh, no, it was because it was something
it's funny.
Yeah,
and we always just quote it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Star
Trek.
No, it was for a totally funny reason. And I was just like, it would have surprised me.
Yeah.
She's funny. Did you hear what the kid said yesterday?
No, but what?
It was so funny. So we had all of those dishes to do, right? And all those from supper.
Yeah.
And Tristan said, he's like, oh, can I listen to my MP3 player while I'm doing the dishes because there's so many? And I'm like, no, like, your sister's right beside you drying the dishes, like interact. I don't know, have an interaction or something. And he looks at her and he goes, Mortal Kombat.
All right, well, that'll work, I guess.
It's like, not that kind of interaction. Conversation, maybe. I don't think we need to escalate it to Mortal Kombat.
It's fight to the death. I think that's I think that's appropriate.
But he said it in like the exact like Mortal Kombat yell.
No, I know what
from the video game.
I know what it's like.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's good. Anyways, that's some fun stuff. Anyways, welcome to
the show.
Welcome to the Nut Up Show, the show where we talk about nuts, right? No, we just talk.
And the direction up.
What?
The direction up.
Oh, right. I went a totally different way because you're talking about nuts and the direction up. Oh, there. Now you get it. It only took a minute and 44 seconds for that to go.
Been a week, folks.
Total sideways. Anyways, this is a show where we talk about all kinds of different things, or at least we will anyways, about what we're doing to try to improve our lives, try to be healthy, to try to get that money, try to get financial freedom. Yeah, and I don't know, but probably a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Whatever crosses our mind. Yeah. So, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
You?
I'm fine.
That's fine.
I'm just fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm glad it's Friday.
Yeah.
Just a long day at work.
Yeah.
Or week at work. Just trying to figure out how this all stuff is going to work by going in and still being in the middle of a pandemic, and we're all going back to work. I don't know why, since we've been working just fine for 18 months, and now all of a sudden we kind of have to be back. And it's anyways, whatever. It's Friday. I don't want to talk about work anyways. But yeah, so we're just trying to get all that stuff sorted out and organized. Yeah. So it's interesting. It just makes for a little bit of an, I don't know. I don't want to say stressful, but whatever.
Yep.
It's all worked out, I think. So we'll see how it goes once we get into a good groove.
Good routine.
Yeah. But anyways, other than that, things are going fine.
Cool.
I guess.
Cool.
So today we're going to talk about something that is kind of cool. I think, it's something that we both kind of like. So I don't know what to call it, though. What do you call it?
Like what I was saying?
Yeah, well, what we want to talk about.
Yeah, so it's the 24-hour clone concept.
24-hour clone, right. Okay, so I heard this, and I was like, okay, what the hell are you talking about? It's some kind of science fiction thing?
No, so I've heard this concept before, but not stated in this way. So basically, I was watching the Clear Tot podcast with Andy Stump. He's a former Navy SEAL, and he also has he's broken records for base jumping and stuff like that. And he does all kinds of skydiving and crazy shit.
What are you doing? Why are you comparing all these individuals, pumping them up?
Because
pump me up. Pump me up on the show first.
Because this is the people I listen to improve my life.
I know. I'm just pretending that I'm being insecure.
Okay. Are you insecure?
I don't like these types of questions.
So anyway, he had this one guest on. It was a couple weeks ago, and this guy was a former teacher, and then moved over to now he's kind of like a wilderness guide kind of thing. Not
sure.
Or like preparedness almost for any situation.
It's a prepper.
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't know. I think that's a little bit different. I think this guy's
different. No,
more of a survivalist.
Survival, that's the word I was looking for, yeah. And so, but he's also...
Prepper is a guy that just has toilet paper. No, but preppers are awesome because I'm totally... sorry, listen. Because they're the ones that are always going to be like, I told you so, whatever, some
Whenever
nuclear
shit
bomb,
hits the fan.
whatever.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
you have no food or whatever, but they got
Yeah.
like 5 years of food stored in their basement
Yeah.
or their bunkers or what have you.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of being somewhat of a prepper, not a hardcore prepper, but at the same time, I want a bunker. I say I don't want to be
Yeah.
hardcore, but no, I want a bunker
Well,
with like 10 years worth of supplies.
So what's really cool is the guy he had on actually works for, it's called Fieldcraft Survival.
Right.
And so they they have a podcast and they do a bunch of like different challenges and they run courses and everything like that. And so one of the challenges that the main boss made the guy on the podcast do, his name's Kevin. So he made Kevin, he said, okay, you have a Ziploc baggie.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you have to survive for 72 hours in the desert is in your Ziploc baggie. And
Right.
that's what you have.
Right.
And so they filmed the whole thing and how he survived with whatever he took in this Ziploc baggie for
What was in
72
it?
hours.
Do you know?
I forget. Like he had something, I think, I don't know if he had something for water purification. He was
Okay.
going to be by like a stream. I think he had like a fish hook because he could fish. He had like a fire starter, I think. I forget what else he had, but
Interesting.
yeah.
And he survived, I guess, obviously. He was on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he does like intermittent fasting. So he was pissed because they had to do filming and he's like, I didn't want to eat yet because I didn't like intermittent fast.
Right.
It's kind of awesome.
Well, you're
but
kind of you're in the
Yeah.
desert. You eat when food comes to you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
so anyways, it's just kind of, that's
Yeah.
the prepping stuff. It's kind of cool what you
But
can
yeah.
survive with.
It's we've always talked about this before, or just in passing, whatever. I say like, if something were to happen, say whatever, something like remember the movie The Road or whatever, it's just like nuclear
I
bombs.
couldn't watch that
Anyways,
one. Yeah.
or like something happens, this bomb, like
Yeah.
literally, the world like in an instant shuts down.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we're dead, you know, because like after like, what can I do? Like, where are we going to get food from?
Yeah.
Where are we going to get clean? Actually, water would be fine because we have the lake and we can just purify water. We got
yeah,
that
we
stuff.
have the purifier.
So, I mean, that's good because water
yeah.
could make you last. I mean, you need water. But in terms of food, right? Like we have no land. We have no reserves other than like what we have in the house.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's like a literal apocalyptic survival of the fittest,
Yeah.
no. Like when anything happens, the grocery stores are just completely ransacked, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah. I don't know.
So you got to prepare. You got to prep,
Gotta prep.
right? Then, anyways,
So
so that's my next job. I'm just going to become a prepper
cool.
and teach people how to prep.
Cool. But anyway, so this guy, his dad was Filipino actually, and so he was he's half Filipino. So growing up, he participated in, I don't know what the martial art is called. It's some sort of Filipino martial art. That's what I'm not sure.
How many times are you going to say the word Filipino?
Sorry.
I don't even know if that's relevant. Is it even relevant?
Well, yes, because they have this concept of the 24-hour clone. That's where this concept comes from, is this martial art.
Sure.
So, and he had a name for it, and I don't know what the name was specifically, but it was just this concept of this 24-hour clone. And so it's basically at midnight, you're cloned, and that clone is just there, not doing anything for the rest of the day. And then you go throughout your day, and then at the end of the day, you need to fight.
24 hours later.
You need to fight your clone. And it doesn't have to be physical. It can be physical, but it can be mental, like whatever. Can you beat your clone?
It's a metaphor, I guess.
Yes. Can you beat your clone? Did you get a little bit better at whatever it is in your day today? So, but it's really similar to if anyone's read Atomic Habits, it's similar to that. Like you improve just by 1%. And if you do that every single day, it's huge. It adds up to be huge.
Right. I think it is in Atomic Habits where they talk about some type of incremental changes or 1%. You hear that throughout a lot of different concepts of if you just do a little bit and then if you keep doing it and you keep being consistent with what you're doing, you'll look back and realize like, oh, I had no idea I even got that far.
Yeah.
And you told me about this and I was like, at first you're like, what are you, clones? What are you even talking about? Are you talking about some kind of science fiction shit? Like what the hell is this? But then you're just telling me the principle. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. So then I think the moral or the takeaway, at least superficially anyways, is like just do a little bit better every day. So you're better than what you were the day before.
When you went to bed.
You went to bed or whatever it is, right?
Exactly.
So, and then what I like to do, and one thing I did, I haven't done it this week because this week was bad. So I did -1%. It was really bad. But before, it's like when I know I'm going on like the elliptical or what have you, where I know I do 30 minutes or what have you. And then the next day it's like, well, you know what? I'll do 30 minutes and 30 seconds or 31 minutes.
Yeah.
And the next day I'll do 32. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the week it's 35. And then you just build on that, right? So you could just keep going and going. And it doesn't even have to be like every day. It could even be this week I did 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I went for a walk for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the next week, okay, well, all my walks are going to be 32 minutes. And then you just increment it. And then before you know it, after 5, 6, 7 weeks, and your 30-minute walks are now 45 minutes walks. And then a year later, maybe you're going for an hour and a half.
But even like that's how when I trained for the half marathon like 10 years ago, that's how you do it. You just add a kilometer to your long run each week. And you don't do it all at once. It's just a little bit better each week till you get used to that kilometer-age mileage on your legs.
Yeah.
But then it's the same thing too where my stepdad often says, and I know it's a pretty common phrase, but it's like, how do you eat an elephant with anything in life? Like, how do you eat an elephant? Like one bite at a time.
No. You have to, the analogy there is to use the great outdoors when he's eating the old 96er.
So gross.
He just takes one little piece at a time.
Yuck. Yeah.
Take a little bit with the last piece.
But if you have, but it's like if you have, whether it's just being a better person every day or like having a really big goal you set out to accomplish, is you don't do it all at once. It's just like a small amount, small improvements every day.
Yeah, and it's getting that concept of compound interest because it's, I mean, maybe it's easier to understand if you think of it in money or finances in the sense of like, if you were a kid, like literally you're born and then you put in, you know, not you, I guess, as a kid, but your parents, they put in $20 a month or whatever. If you just did that, $20 a month from the time you're a kid till like you're 65 years old. I don't know the math now. It depends on the interest rates or whatever, but you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And it's $20 like a month for your life, which is like so insignificant to like how much you make in your lifetime. Like that's how powerful it is. And it's just, you have to do a little bit and you have to put things in the bank. And that's why, like when I'm trying to learn something or to do something like playing piano, it's better to play 50 minutes a day, every day. And that's like what, 15 times 7, that's what, 98, 105 minutes, whatever it is, an hour and a half. It's better to do that every day than it is to just sit down for one day a week and do
like
that
an hour
and a half. Even if it's the same time, because it's just I don't know, it's just consistency and getting your body used to it and your mind used to it, and just slowly building. So it's interesting then. Why do you think people have a hard time doing this, right? Like, because especially if you're just talking about doing even a little bit, right? Like you want to lose weight, right? Why is it that's like, you know what? I'm just going to just take out that one cookie a day.
So I think it's because it's such an all or nothing mentality that people have, or they feel like they have to just go all in on something and just all hog wild. And
don't look at me like that. Are you saying that I do that? I don't do that.
Yeah. And so I think it's about that. And then I also think it's about, because when you do that, if you are able to maintain it for a small amount of time by going all in on something, you will see immediate drastic results, but it's not sustainable. And so this is the huge thing with weight loss. Like you can take these, skinny teas and you can drink your skinny tea every single day. And basically you just shit all day to get it out. So you're going to lose weight, but
is that what?
Yeah, it makes you.
So it's just
makes you poo. It's a laxative.
What is skinny tea, anyways? What is this? I never even heard of this before.
Well, it's like on Instagram and influencers promote it, or these like waist trainers. Is like that's not.
But even that's just it's just water. It's like you're probably just losing water.
Well, that's the point. But I think it's like you want to see those immediate results, so you think you have to do something so drastic all at once, but that it's not sustainable. So it's just that it's about consistency.
Right.
But I think what really spoke to me about the 24-hour clone concept over the 1%, because it's the same basic concept, right?
Yeah.
But what I really liked about it is because one quote that's always really stuck out to me, and I think it's attributed to Teddy Roosevelt, is comparison is the thief of joy. And I think because of social media, we're always comparing ourselves to everyone else. And this whole, and I mean, of course, you compare someone that's photoshopped all their cellulite.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
so
social
stupid.
media just,
Legit
it takes the whole comparison
I know.
and just puts it on super nitro
Steroid,
overdrive
yeah.
because these aren't even
They aren't
real
even real
pictures.
people. So, but the point is with the 24-hour clone is your only competition is yourself. Can you be a better version of yourself by the
Right.
end of the day? So that's what I think really spoke to me about it, especially as a female. Like, and I know guys have that too, but I feel like I'm
sorry. Did you just say guys aren't competitive?
no, in terms of like beauty standards, I think maybe that's something that's a bit more difficult for women. That's a whole other conversation, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one. I'm not going there today.
Hot potato. No, but I think like that's what it really spoke to me was it's just you versus you. So yeah. And that's after like hearing that, I was just like, it really stuck with me. And just every day it was like, well, how could you beat your clone today? Were you a better mom today? Even if it was just having patience for like 5 more minutes than you usually would. Like,
right. So what would be a good method to do that? And maybe just going a little bit back to what you were saying just now, is that, oh my God, what the hell's the point I'm trying to make? I hate when you have a point and then you just totally forget it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh yeah, you're talking about like instant results. And it's
Yeah.
like, is that where we are now? We're just a society that just has to have everything now and immediate.
I feel like
I mean,
it.
Amazon now, it's like
you can have like same day
4-day
deliveries in
shipping. Now it's 3, and
places.
now it's like it's got to be there right now.
Yeah.
And then with weight loss or whatever, it's like I need to lose all the weight right now. And like everything has to the content, even TV shows. I just got to stream it all. Just give it to me right now.
So even what I noticed when I was working at the pharmacy as just like a pharmacy assistant or whatever, people waiting in line, if the line was like a few people deep, you could see the looks on the people at the end. They were just so impatient. It's just like, dude, I remember waiting in line at the grocery store for so long with my parents when I was a kid.
Still hated it though.
Yeah, but then the other thing too is, but not to the like
extent that
the
it is
rage
now.
extent that you see now with some people. And then the other thing too is like, I think it's reasonable that a pharmacy takes an hour to get your prescription ready. If you told people an hour, I couldn't believe the looks that they would give you. And I'm just like, this is like medication. Like, we kind of need to get it right.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of funny you say that because I remember, sorry.
No, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Because I remember, because we buy drugs like once every 10 years when somebody needs something because they got infected or whatever, right? Like it's never.
Yeah, it's like never.
Never often. I should say we buy drugs. There's like pharmaceuticals to go to the pharmacy. So I remember just very vaguely whenever I'd go in. Yeah, the last time I had that whatever infection that I had to get some antibiotics for. Yeah. So I went in and so like she's like prescription. She's like, oh, it's going to be like an hour, and she was kind of almost like saying that like, is that okay if it's that long? I'm like,
100%.
Like an hour. I'm like, Jesus, that's super fast.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks. So it's you don't. I don't know. I guess I don't, because I don't behave like that. I mean, like you say, the grocery store, I do get annoyed at a grocery store, in the sense that it's so busy, and like, why don't you have any more tellers or cashiers on it?
That's a different situation. Because I'm like that. The dollar store is the perfect example. Is they have one cashier. Like, what are you doing? There's like 500 people in line. Like, could you maybe
the person
call
that goes in
somebody?
there with like a basket of dollar stuff, and they end up spending like $100. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, I hate the dollar store.
I know.
Just
But I think that is we were so used to instant gratification, and so
the same thing with our health.
Yeah,
just want to have the right way.
100%.
So
or you just don't want to have to do the hard work, because it is hard work at times.
But then I'm going to say, is it hard work? Because here's an example, right? We're talking about, say you want to lose 100 pounds, right? Because you're 100 pounds overweight. And maybe you're like 30 or 40 years old even. So it's probably taken you like 20 years to put on that weight.
Yeah.
So let's just say that what you want to do is do things slowly, right? And so you put on a plan like, you know what? Let's say this person like pretty much doesn't exercise or whatever, right? Just, probably like an hour, they eat probably unhealthy, watch a couple hours of Netflix every day.
Yeah.
So what if you say like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, for the first couple months even, it's just like, we're going to take one meal and replace it with something that's healthy or nutritious or whatever. And and you start with that. And then be like, okay, well, we're going to build on that too and say like, well, every day you're going to go for like a 15-minute walk or whatever. And so you just do that slowly. And then say you put someone on this pace where they lose like even like half a pound a week, some slow pace. Yeah. So, but then over the span of 52 weeks in a year, they would have lost 25 pounds or 26 pounds. And then you do that over 4 years, they've lost 100 pounds. And you could probably even do that way faster, but you know what I'm saying?
But not only lost it, but it kept it off.
And you can maintain it because you make such small changes that you don't even notice it.
But I think this is like people just don't think that way. So that's the whole basis of my nutrition program. Right. So if I coach people like that.
By the way, if you just input your credit card number, my nutrition program. All right, you're here to pitch something. All right, now let's listen to the pitch.
You. No, but that's the basis of the nutrition coaching that I provide. It's really small, manageable steps. It's not in every single aspect of your life. It's like literally one step every 2 weeks. Right. If you can take more, then you can take more.
And that's where I'll say for me, I have a hard time because I don't know. Like I know how to take small steps, but at the same time, it's like I also know what I'm capable of. Yeah. So it's like,
of course.
Oh, can I work out 2 hours a day? Yeah, of course I can. Because I remember I used to do 3 2-hour sessions at the martial arts gym.
Used to.
I know that, but you know what I'm saying is that it's like at least I know what I can do. It's like I'm not going to maybe do that right now, but it's like okay, well I'm going to start and I can.
Of course.
So. How does someone like me, I guess, figure it out in a way that I won't have any more setbacks anymore? Do you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah. Like, so I think it's like we were talking today is about you need to get your schedule down. And then so say it's like, I don't know, whatever goal you want to work on, if it's just eating better. So just have like one.
Just do it.
Have like one salad or whatever is on whatever your idea of health is, right? On your spectrum of healthy.
Well, we know. Come on.
Yeah. I know.
It's either it's healthy or it's not. There's no. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, then just commit to just have a salad every day.
Right.
And just start it that way, and then the next week, add in chicken instead of like, I don't know, chicken nuggets or something like that, or have
chicken nuggets. I don't eat chicken nuggets.
I know
we're talking about meat specifically, and you're saying chicken nuggets.
Or we have pizza.
I want chicken. Nuggets. There we go.
We have pizza.
I can understand that.
One night a week.
I could manage that.
No, I don't think.
We're getting static interference here.
No, but it's just like those really small incremental steps, but it's like number one for you is like you have scheduling issues. That's where I would start with you is your scheduling issues, because you can't move forward with anything else until you figure out how you want your day to run.
That's true. Yeah, I know what I want to do. I kind of know what I have to do.
Yeah, but
I got to make sure I find the time too. I need to make sure I have enough time to rest and recover as well too, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is. I mean, since we started, our new website, it's been 3 weeks or so, and it's already it's trying to balance everything, and it's tough because if one thing goes over, then it like spills into the next, and then it's just like that's the snowball. So I got to figure out how to make sure that nothing does spill over. And also have kind of checks and balances to make sure if something does spill over, I have maybe some slots or whatever that could handle that overflow, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and I think you need to be like, I think this is going to be kind of a crappy example maybe, but I'm like very...
This is going to be the worst example ever, and it's not going to be helpful, but...
No, not in that way.
I know.
But I think for me, it's like I'm very protective of my scheduled things. And so it's like... in the mornings, or sometimes if I go to the gym. This is why I don't go to the gym with you, because when we would go,
I haven't gone to the gym in like 10 years.
Because
I learned long ago.
You work out very differently than I do because I'm like, okay, we're doing supersets because I need to get in and I need to get out. I don't have time to wait 5 minutes.
That's exactly what I do.
It wasn't back in the day.
Well, okay.
And I'm like, no, I need to do that. And I need to get on the treadmill, get the cardio in, and then I'm done and I'm out.
You're comparing that.
But you're like, because we're just different.
Okay.
We're very
this
different.
This is so
people.
false. You can't. This is like us back in university days.
Yes,
Come on.
but then the other thing too.
I was a small ignorant student.
Anyways, it's just like you want to hug and I want to hug you too.
At the gym?
No, this is like, like in the morning when I'm like, dude, I need to get to the gym. I need to get my stuff done because I need to get school started because
who wants a husband that wants to show them affection in the morning? That's fine. That's fine.
So anyways, your hug turns into an hour-long cuddle, which is nice, but on the weekends.
You heard that here first, folks. At least an hour-long cuddle.
I sound like the worst wife right now.
Yes, you do.
No, but I'm trying to make a point.
Your point is I'm awesome?
Yes.
Okay. That's not the point. I know what you're trying to say. So number one.
Yeah. It's just I'm so protective of that time.
I don't mess around my time in the gym. But yes, you have a schedule. Stick to it.
Yes.
And and don't get okay, I'm not gonna say it. I just bit my tongue. Didn't say things. I 100% agree. So I'm going to work really hard to get this schedule under control. Next week. Yeah. So as you said, we talked about this. Actually, we talked about this in our action report. So if you haven't seen it, we do have our action reports on our website. Disclaimer or whatever. That's you have to be a member to see it. So that's one thing that we do. We gotta make money somehow. We talked about that, and that's the thing that I'm going to really work hard on this week is to get into good routine because we talk about the 1%, and it's like I know it. It's like if I just do something a little bit every day, I'll get so much better, and then it's sad when it's like for me, I look at the piano that's sitting right there, and it's like. I know I don't have time to play it, and it's so frustrating.
I know
it's so frustrating, but if it's important to you, you'll schedule it in, right?
Yeah, well, it's even like French for me. It's like I'm not going to be bilingual anytime soon, but it is something I really would like to eventually be. And right now in this season of my life, I don't have a lot of time, but I commit to doing 2 Duolingo little lessons a day, and it's not much. And I'm not going to be speaking French to anybody anytime soon, but the point is like it's that consistency, and over time it adds up. That's like language is something too that I just love to learn because I thought it's fascinating. And I've been seeing, I think a couple weeks ago I was watching a few other people like on YouTube, these people that are learning like Mandarin and different languages, and like they're like so good at it, but then they're like basically like to learn a language, like no offense to like Duolingo, these other apps or whatever it is. Of course not.
They're basically like, if you want to learn a language, like it's tough. If you just want to learn some words and whatever and all that and some phrases, it's perfect. That's what it's for. But if you want to actually learn the language and the culture kind of around it,
of course,
it's like you have to basically like immerse yourself in it and even just spend a couple hours a day, like either like you have to listen to the shows or whatever in that language, watch it, read it, and then maybe do a little bit of work. I mean, everyone does things differently.
Well, and everybody learns differently. And for me, like, because I already took so much French in high school and then in university, I already have like a basic background, and now it's just kind of putting the phrases together because I don't feel like you learned that at all.
What would be good for you, I think, even better at this point than doing Duolingo, you should like spend half an hour, just go listen to French podcasts. Yeah. Just listen. You have to just immerse yourself. Like for me, like with French, right? So I have a very difficult time speaking it. Like it takes me a long time to formulate what I want to say in my head and to get it out. It's like I can't do that. But I listen to it all the time and I understand it perfectly. Right? So but you would think somebody like can hardly even speak it anymore, but can understand. You know what I mean? I just and at least it keeps up where like I kind of know what I would want to say.
Yeah. So I guess like the thing for me though, in terms of learning, is I'm visual and I'm really read things. So I think for me, if I like could watch something, if I could watch something,
read your favorite book in French so that you know what it should be.
Or if I could like watch a show with like English subtitles, but hear and then know what they're saying, like that would probably be more helpful for me.
Yeah. But I think with like honestly with like you'll be surprised at how much you just osmosis.
Yeah. Oh no, of course.
Because like I mean that's what they do to kids. It's like you just throw how you gonna learn? Just throw them there. You'll pick it up.
Yeah. So anyways,
that's what you need to do. Like imagine if we just literally just all French all the time. In like a week. You're going to know so many basic words because you're like, how do I say this? You know, like, how do I say that? And it's like the person, and then you'll learn,
I don't even ask you what this is. You're like, I don't know what that is.
In what language?
French.
Yeah, well, sometimes I don't know, but that's the whole point because I don't, you're like, right.
Oh, I got to call your mom.
Well, if it's hockey.
What's hockey? I know.
I was always watching all the time, the hockey stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just a little, totally not about any of this stuff, but just about, 30 minutes of whatever. It's like, instead of that, it's like, because.
I hear you.
To the next level.
I hear you. I know. But, 24-hour clone. I love it.
Yeah. So, how many times this week did you win and how many times did you lose?
I made sure I won every day this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Might have not have been eating. I might not have eaten the greatest every day. And I might not have exercised the hardest.
So you mean overall you think you won?
No, in terms of like whatever. If I didn't work out as hard as I could, then I definitely read more that day.
That's what I mean. So it's like overall. Like, so you didn't beat your fitness clone every day or your food clone every day, but you're just overall your clone.
Overall, my clone.
All right.
I beat my clone every day. Mm-hmm. No, but it's like even like I step in the shower because I always shower at the end of the day, and I'm just like, did you beat that bitch today? Like that's what I always think about before I go in the shower.
All right.
It's like, I kicked her ass. Totally kicked her ass today.
Oh, geez. So that's not even 1%. You're going 100%. I am literally 10 times better. Yesterday, I benched 100. Today, 500. Well, take that.
Well, yeah, because with as I ran 2 days in a row, which I don't usually do, but it was just 5K each day because I was like, I'll have the worst shin splints if you run, that much the next day. So, yeah. But anyways. Getting old in the, I don't know, in everything. Joints.
Everything. Yeah, when you have to start saying words like, ugh, my joints. My joints are cracking and creaking.
That's the worst.
My back. What's that sound? Oh, that's never happened before. That's new.
It's like every morning when I wake up, I always am like, oh shoot, I'm gonna wake him up because this elbow cracks so loud every morning. No, I'm just like, oh shit. Yeah, so sorry about that.
Well, considering yesterday I went to bed at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I was out.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So 1%.
Yep.
Just keep that in mind. I think it's just so important to just keep that in mind in everything that you do. And if it's something that you want to accomplish, don't be a hero outside the box. You're not going to learn and be the best at it right out the box. Go for those small wins. And like at the end of the year or whatever, you'll be that much better.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm hoping. And you know what? This is what I'm going to do actually, maybe to put this into action. Maybe what I'm going to do, actually not maybe, this is what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to I keep saying this, I'll get a journal and I think I'll think.
Do we need to go to Chapters for journals?
I'm going. You stay home.
No, I need to
spend $200 on journals. I know. Don't even say anything. Shut your mouth. As in, shut up.
You have like 5 empty journals in that drawer.
They're not empty.
And they're like all super expensive ones.
They're not super expensive. Super expensive is a relative term. Super expensive to who? Somebody who has no money? Or somebody who has a lot?
No.
Does Jeff
They're
Bezos
objectively expensive.
I could demonstrate the expensiveness of it.
Yes. Anyway.
I get them on sale. anyways, I'm going to get a journal, or I'm going to use one that I already have. I'm going to write down every day what I'm doing to get to my weight loss goals and how I'm going to get there, and go kind of maybe take it a little bit of a smaller route. Because I know I can definitely work out 2 hours a day, but it's like, do I have the time for that? I don't know. Maybe I'll build up. So maybe I'll start with 30 minutes of cardio and then do 30 minutes of calisthenics or something like that. Whatever. I'll write it down.
Yep.
And then I'll take a picture, and then we'll see what happens in 3 months. I don't know, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just to show that it can work, I guess. Hopefully, anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I'll try something like that.
Yeah,
just to document myself, to make sure I keep myself accountable to what it is that I'm trying to do.
Yep.
Because first week I was okay. Last week was really good, and then really bad. It was like flippy flop.
Yep.
The eye on the prize.
Exactly.
So, I like the idea about the clone, but like if you just wake up and be like, okay, take 10 minutes and kind of think, what do I want to accomplish today? What are my goals for the day? Try something like that too.
That's usually what I do in the mornings too, is like, okay, what is on my list today and what do I really want to accomplish? Because for me, I feel I think it also gives you a sense of purpose for your day, and then it sets an intention for that day, a sense of purpose. And then I feel like you feel like you're going to bed like satisfied almost. Right. Like you have that sense of accomplishment at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And even if you weren't able to
meet it all.
Yeah, then but at least you tried, and you tried.
Yeah.
Because I mean, life happens, like whatever.
Right. And if they're all good things, and you still accomplish lots of good things, like I wanted to do a 10K run, and I wanted to write 1,000 words of my novel,
exactly.
but maybe you didn't get to I wanted to do 500 push-ups, but hey, you still ran your whatever, and you still did this. So that's good. Those are all positives, right?
Well, and even it's like, say you want to do 500 push-ups, which is disgusting, but even if you were only able to do like 100, 100 is better than nothing. If your goal is 500, it doesn't matter. At least one is better than nothing at all. So I think it's not having that all or nothing mentality as well. So it's that it was something. You didn't ruin your day by not getting them all in. You at least did one.
For sure. Because that 0 on the scoreboard just kind of sometimes pushes you back a little bit.
It does. Yeah. It's like it's defeating. It makes you feel defeated. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
All
right. Anyways, I don't know. Anything else you want to say about that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get after it.
Yeah. And I do like the idea of, sorry, I got to stop saying that. I'm saying this so many times, of learning a little bit more about daily, like, wake up routines and sitting down and thinking about it, like whether that's stoic stuff of just kind of thinking, how you're going to approach your day or what have you. I know there's lots of things out there. I'd like to do some reading on that just to learn more about that, really.
Daily, like morning meditation?
Yeah, not even meditation, but just, I don't know, just like how to, like we just said, right? Like you just get up and get up in the day, and then you just write down kind of ideas of how you set your goals. But I don't know if there's some more kind of structured philosophies that some people might live by. I don't know. That's why I'm saying I need to just
I don't know. I think
do some reading and see if what's out there.
What's kind of interesting, one of my other favorite podcasts is Mic Drop. Again, he's another Navy SEAL. I have problems. But he starts his podcast with his guests. He does like little funny icebreaker questions. But then always his first question is, what's your daily routine? Like, what's your morning routine?
Right.
Because it's like, how do successful people, or how do you start your day? Because how do you
win the morning?
Yeah, exactly. Start for success. So, So I think, there's some interesting things. Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, right over there?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm okay. That's probably a good time to stop.
Yes.
Before I start hacking all over this microphone.
That's gross.
All right. So thank you for listening.
Yep.
Or watching.
Whatever.
If you're watching, or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to know what that whatever is, because I think that's only the two
Either
options. Either or and cool.
All right. Well, have a great week. Be 1% better.
Or 2%. No.
or 5%?
Just 1%.
Just 1%.
1% is good enough.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Head up. Get it done.
They're done.
Go back to work. All right.
All right.
See you next time.
Have a great week.